Y'all, this is Drew from GossMania. I'm showing you my plants. The good, the bad, and the ugly. It's really sad, y'all. I hope they don't die. It's been super humid here in Mississippi, and I'm assuming that's the problem. I have been watering before 7 in the morning and around 7 p.m. every day. The ground is not super moist, wet. It's more or less damp at night and damp in the morning. But I just had a friend from Deep South Homestead, Mr. Danny, recommend doing a teaspoon of Epsom salts per plant. So I did that, and I did some organic burpee blood meal. I'll show you those two packages. Y'all, I really don't want my plants to die. I'll cry. My tomatoes are still doing very well, but I was using this Dr. Teal's pure Epsom salt. We had this because when my little boy Liam gets a raw booty sometimes, we put him in Epsom salt baths, and that's what I had left. I had a quarter of a bag barely, and I use this burpee organic blood meal. I think the only thing you can't use the blood meal for is linguine, which is peas or beans and stuff. But I really don't want my plants to not make it. They've been doing so well. I mean, I got still several cucumbers I got to get off. But I'd like to get more squash. Sad kind of tell too. See. I'm not sure, they might be a little too close together where they can't really get airflow, but they were doing well. Before this, producing a good bit of, see, I still got a zucchini that's coming in. Got one coming in right there. Yellow squash coming in. This yellow squash looks kind of poorly. It's kind of wrinkly, which I'm assuming that might be because of the water issue. Maybe it's too hot, it's not getting enough water. So I'm praying and hoping that this Epsom salt will relieve this problem, and I'll see a bounce back in my plants. I have been pulling squash bugs off. I don't suspect what they call it, the burrows and the stalks, the bugs. I do see aphids on here, which I'm not too terribly worried about, but I pull them off too. And every once in a while I get squash bugs. I have noticed, I don't know if this is aphid eggs, but I have noticed these little eggs on the back of my plants. Let's see. Which I might see it, y'all. And then a little aphid right there. I think it's an aphid, red one, bigger one. Or if you squash bug, I don't know. But squash bugs I pull off are much bigger, and sometimes they're trying to make boyfriend and girlfriends on here. My tomato plants are doing really well. I have to prune underneath them. I did a few on the other side. I have several Roma tomatoes growing. Can't wait to get those off, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to trim back some of the bottom limbs, get airflow. And this is my cherry tomato. This limb actually broke, and what I did was, see if y'all can see, I tied it back together and I shoveled all this dirt on top of it. And I did tie them up, but I think it was still heavy from the weight of these tomatoes. So, as you can see, there's several cherry tomatoes. I gotta pick a few here. I mean, they're doing really well. And probably need to tie this one up soon because it's starting to lean. But my tomatoes got a good bit of airflow. I need to do a little pruning back still. I do have some more of my other cucumbers that are doing pretty good here, that I pulled up out of the ground what was left, they were about that size when I planted them, so they're growing. A lot of them have cucumbers on them already, so I don't know if I should pull those off. But I've been leaving them alone, letting them grow. Hopefully they'll continue to grow up and do really well. And my bell peppers and sweet banana peppers are starting to kind of bounce back. They were kind of looking yucky for a while there, but now they're kind of bouncing back. These are my yellow pear tomatoes on this side. I have pruned some here. This plant's just so big, I gotta tot up again. I planted them about 2 feet for some reason. I planted all the other ones about 18 inches apart. 16 to 18 inches, so I need to prune them back underneath, and hopefully we can get a bunch of, my husband tied this piece up. And if you notice, when you tie them up, sometimes they group because they try to get the moisture off the string. But y'all, hopefully, you can see there's my little pears. Let's see. There. And there's some right there. Some in here. This is good, the bad, and the ugly part of gardening, I'm sure. Some of our beans are yellowing a little bit, so I'm really thinking it's humidity and not any bugs. I guess they get diseased, as you say, sometimes you can't do nothing about it, they're gone. But I hope that's not my case. I guess if it is, I'll just rip them up and try to replant, but it's awfully late. They might, I don't know if that would work. I don't know. I still gotta put my spaghetti squash in the dirt up here, which I might do this morning. We'll see. Because we gotta build like a trellis for it. Because I saw where it grows abundantly on the ground, but I saw where a lady put trellis up instead, so we might try to do that. Because it will grow up, I heard, or watched, or read, whatever you want to say. So, if you can, pray for my little garden. And, I mean, it's really pretty. But it's yellow. I'm new at this, so it's growing, learning process. But I'm thinking about moving the dirt over and planting further over, just in case. Spaghetti squash gets kind of big, kind of like watermelon. A little watermelon. So, I might do that. Gotta find my hoe. Y'all can see, I'll show you. I moved the 2 mounds over and I'm planting that instead. Make sure it's far enough apart. Sorry, I got gnats. This mound to this part and kind of move that mound over. So kind of making a center mound here for these spaghetti squash. So, y'all get the picture. I want to try to get this done. I am planting about 2 feet apart, approximately. And I gotta shovel some more. I think I have 12 of these, so hopefully they will all fit. Got them all planted, as you can see. I have room for about 2 more. I'm gonna water these real quick because the sun's rising and we have a tree line here to keep it shaded a little bit during the morning hours, but it's about 7:10. Go ahead and get them watered real quick. Sorry y'all, I got hot. So if you can, please like, subscribe, and we'll see y'all again later. Bye y'all. Appreciate it. Oh, don't forget to hit the bell. Bye. My house. What do y'all think about me making little box planters for my kids' flowers to grow off the side of the house here? And attach them to the siding I did. Or maybe even on the side of the steps.